This is not the time to be lazy. We're already halfway through the year, and a lot of you ladies still have not checked anything off of your New Year's resolution list. But fortunately for you, you clicked on this video. And I'm going to get you all the way together because I'm not going to let you waste another year of your life living a life that isn't the life of your dreams. But in order for me to do that, I need you to let me be honest with you. And trust me, sis, it's coming from a place of love. You see, the reason why you haven't been able to achieve the life of your dreams is because you lack discipline. And baby girl, you're a little lazy too. Too many women don't appreciate discipline. They treat it as a chore instead of as an opportunity. And this is where they go wrong. Discipline is our friend. It helps us move from where we are to where we want to be. And so in order to hit all of our 2025 goals, we need to embrace it. I need you to exit your lazy girl era. Think about it. What has your lazy girl era ever done for you besides keep you stuck and frustrated? It's time to let that go. Trust me, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to stop being lazy so that you can become disciplined and achieve all of your 2025 goals. And if you're new here, hi girl, my name is Marsella Christina, and on this channel, I teach women how to become their highest self. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe. There's a mindset shift that you need to have when becoming disciplined. You need to understand that discipline is not painful and laziness is not pleasurable. Yes, there are uncomfortable moments that come with being disciplined. It requires showing up day in and day out despite whatever else is going on in your life. But that doesn't make it painful. It just makes it real. And you know what else is real? The results. So do yourself a favor and become disciplined while there's still time. And be sure to stick around until the end of the video for a game-changing tip. Let's get started. The first thing you need to do to stop being lazy and become disciplined is you need to make it easy to be disciplined. A couple months ago, I read Atomic Habits by James Clear. And in that book, he explains how our habits shape our lives. And so if we want to change our lives, we need to first change our habits. Of all of the laws in his book, the third law, make it easy, stood out to me the most. He discusses the law of least effort, which basically means we tend to do things that require the least amount of work, the least amount of activation energy. And this is why you're lazy, because you've made unproductive habits require the least amount of effort, meaning you put your remote control next to your bed, knowing that you don't want to watch as much TV, or you stock up on junk food, knowing that you want to stick to a diet. In this case, you're making it hard to be disciplined because it's simply too easy to be lazy and continue these poor habits. So it's very unlikely that you'll choose a disciplined, productive habit over an easy, unproductive one. And this is why you need to make discipline easy. Create a schedule that provides discipline. I was very specific about using the word provide because that's how it should feel. Your schedule should make discipline feel like a natural part of your day. One way of doing this is structuring your day so that your important things are done first and everything else is taken care of later. I think this approach is generally beneficial for most people, but of course this will take a bit of fine-tuning. You have to consider your lifestyle and your goals so that you can create a schedule that allows you to get the most out of your time. For instance, health and wellness is very important to me. So because of this, I prioritize it and I move it to the top of my day, even before I begin working. So a typical day for me looks like waking up at 7 a.m., spending 10 minutes in bed, praying, reflecting, and setting my intentions for the day, followed by a shower, breakfast, and a motivational video. And then I spend 30 minutes meditating and stretching. Afterwards, I'll check my planner, emails, and get started on any tasks that I have for the day. And once I've completed those tasks, which is typically in the evening, I'll relax and unwind with a movie or a book. And I do this day in and day out, Sunday to Sunday. So as you can see, I made it really easy for myself to be disciplined because I have a schedule that prioritizes wellness, then work, and of course, play. And this is something that I've seen many successful people do. They have a schedule, they have a routine, and they stick to it. So you need to surround yourself with disciplined people because when you do this, discipline becomes normal. It's no longer a thing that feels unattainable or unreal. Seeing it up close will transform how you think of discipline and ultimately transform how you think of yourself. Seeing people that value their time will make you question how you value your time, if you value your time. Seeing people with good habits will make you question why you have bad ones. And this starts the inner transformation that makes discipline possible. And on the topic of bad habits, your bad habits cannot come with you. So you need to make a choice. Either keep your bad habits, keep being lazy, and keep living a life that you're not satisfied with, or kick your bad habits, become a disciplined woman, and get the life that you've always wanted. The choice is yours. To stop being lazy and become disciplined, don't let yourself off the hook. If it's one thing people are never short of, it's excuses. People will make excuses for everything. I'm too tired. I don't have the budget. I don't have the connections. How many excuses did you count just now? If you said anything less than 3, then you're letting yourself off the hook. And that explains why you aren't successful yet. Ladies, you are responsible for your success. Keyword, responsible. Meaning you have to take your success into your own hands and you have to take it seriously. Why are you not taking it seriously that you're not satisfied at your job? Why are you not taking it seriously that you have not gotten a raise or promotion? Why are you not taking it seriously that you are not getting new customers? Why are you not taking it seriously that your networking skills need work? Is it because you don't take yourself seriously? Is it because you know that you need to do the work, but you're afraid to start? Is it because you fear how long it will take or how hard it will be? Well, how long have you been in this position that you're in now? And how hard has it been? So many people complain about having a boss. Oh, I don't want a boss. I want to be my own boss. And I think this is a great mindset to have. You should want to be your own boss. I myself am an entrepreneur. Be that as it may, at the moment, if you were your own boss, you'd be a terrible boss because you just let yourself slide way too much. One thing about a boss is they take accountability. They take responsibility for any and everything that happens under their leadership. But if you're constantly letting everything slide, how do you expect to be successful? If you're too lazy to put the work in, how do you expect to get anywhere? So you have to take responsibility and you have to do what you say you're going to do. This is the only way to develop self-respect, when you're able to keep your word to yourself. Because once you're able to do that, then you'll be able to keep your word to others. And then you'll be able to assume positions of power and ultimately success. The next tip to stop being lazy and become more disciplined is to stop validating your mood swings. Here's what I want you to understand. How you feel is not important, so you need to stop giving it so much power. Now, it's okay to acknowledge your feelings, and I think you should do so because it's healthy. But how you feel should not be leading your life. You should be leading your life. Far too many women have goals that they know they want to reach, and they know the work that they need to get there, but they simply put it off because they're not in the mood. Like, what does that even mean? And what does that have to do with your goals? Are you not capable of feeling one way and doing another? Of course you are. You're more than capable. Real power comes from taking action. It doesn't come from being in the mood or feeling like it. It comes from performing at a high level. And that's so much of what discipline is. It's showing up consistently, day after day, and taking action because this is where the results are made. This is how you get the life that you want, because you're committed to getting the life that you want. And sooner or later, something amazing happens. You become better at what you're doing. You get sharper, you get faster, and being disciplined becomes second nature. And then you begin to look at your moods differently. They stop having so much control over you because you know you can execute regardless of how you're feeling. You can even learn how to always be in a good mood. Once I learned this, it changed the game for me. Not only could I show up regardless of how I was feeling, I could also change how I was feeling. Now that is powerful because it keeps my discipline going so that I can keep checking off my goals. The next thing you need to do to stop being lazy and become disciplined is you need to be uncomfortable with boredom. Successful people are rarely, if ever, bored because they're always finding ways to maximize their time. They truly value their time, so they would never waste it. So you too need to be conscious of time and how you're spending it. You should always be asking yourself, am I maximizing my time? Is there something better that I could be doing with my time right now? I ask myself this question constantly and it keeps me on my toes. The thing about being disciplined is we want to make sure that we're disciplined at the right things. So you need to be always doing something positive and you need to do it often. Now, I know the women that watch this channel are all very interesting women that come from different fields, different backgrounds, different walks of life. And because of this, there are so many different things that you can do that are positive. You just need to do something positive and you need to do it often. You need to do it consistently. This is how you build discipline, by having something positive to show up for, having something bigger than yourself to believe in. And so a truly disciplined woman is never bored because she's always busy doing great things. Now, rest is important and so is downtime. So no matter how disciplined we are, we need to prioritize rest. But like everything else, it needs to be scheduled. You need to have a time to relax. As I mentioned earlier, I relax in the evenings after all of my work is done. And you also need to have a bedtime. We need to bring back bedtimes because it's so essential for discipline and living a happy life overall. And finally, to stop being lazy and become disciplined, you need to despise the bare minimum. A lot of the laziness that people have comes from mediocrity. Instead of doing things the proper way and giving it the proper attention, people do the bare minimum, and it shows. It shows when you live life just to get a pass because your life does not look amazing. You're not living amongst the greats, you're living amongst the mediocre. And so to break through mediocrity, you need to go hard and you need to give 100%. You need to push yourself to your limit. So many women lack discipline because they're afraid of testing their limits. They're afraid they wouldn't be able to handle it. But how would they know? They've never tried. They've never given themselves that opportunity. So you need to give yourself that opportunity. You owe it to yourself to see what you're truly made of. Because deep down at the core of all of us, that's what we want. We want to be self-actualized. We want to be our wildest dreams, and discipline will help us do that. So for the next 6 months, I need you to put your blinders on. Stop the comparison. Stop worrying about who's in front of you and who's behind. It is you versus you season. If you really want to become disciplined and hit every goal this year, then you need to be your own metric. You set the pace of your life. You determine how far you will go. So why not go for it? And I'll be here along the way, cheering you on. See you at the finish line. I know firsthand how living a life of discipline can transform your life, so I encourage you to embrace the tips shared in this video. Now I want to hear from you. How do you plan to be disciplined this year? Drop it in the comments below. And if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you. Be sure to subscribe. We'd love to have you become a part of the family. Becoming disciplined is important, but it's just one part of your level up journey. So watch this video to keep going. Okay, my loves, until next time, take good care of yourselves. Bye.